Everyone thinks the 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace. The evidence says something far stranger. December 1900, the Flannan Isles, a small cluster of rocks in the North Atlantic, roughly 20 miles west of the Isle of Lewis. The Eilean Mor Lighthouse stood there, automated light, rotating beam, staffed by 3 men in rotating shifts. It was meant to be unsinkable, safe, routine. On December 26th, a supply ship approached. The keepers, James Duquette, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, should have been visible, should have prepared the dark. The light was still burning. The flag signaling all clear still flew, but no one answered the horn. No one appeared on the rocks. The crew rowed ashore. What they found became the canonical mystery: doors locked from the inside, beds unmade, meals half-eaten, chairs overturned. One chair lay on its side near the lamp room stairs. The logbook's last entry was dated December 15th. 11 days of silence, 3 men gone. The official story crystallized fast. A rogue wave, a freak storm, the sea took them. Perhaps they'd gone outside during a gale, been swept into the Atlantic. The Northern Chronicle ran the story. Newspapers across Britain picked it up. 3 keepers, 1 terrible night, mystery solved by assumption. This explanation held for decades. It still holds in popular memory. Rogue wave, storm, tragedy at sea, clean, understandable. The kind of death that made sense in an age when the ocean killed without mercy or warning. But the Eilean Mor logbook tells a different story, one that investigators of the time actually found, then chose to ignore. Start with the timeline. The last entry, December 15th at 9 a.m., was written by Donald MacArthur. It noted the weather: severe gale, southwest wind, the sea was high, spray was reaching the lantern. But in this matters, the light was burning normally. The keepers were at their posts, they were doing their jobs. The next 11 days, nothing recorded, not unusual for a lighthouse. Keepers didn't log every meal or every moment, but the supply ship captain James Harvey noted something the rogue wave narrative ignores. The sea around Eilean Mor on December 26th was calm, not rough, not violent, merely moderate. The Weather Service records confirm this. No storm on December 26th, no freak conditions. The gale had passed days earlier, so the keepers didn't vanish during a tempest. They vanished during ordinary weather, in daylight, likely when the sea was manageable and visibility was clear. The overturned chair, the open doors, the unmade beds, these details suggested panic, urgency, not a gradual walk to the shore for routine maintenance. The Eilean Mor had a natural landing place, a rocky platform where boats could tie, but keepers rarely went outside without cause, especially in December. The cold alone was prohibitive. Here's what the supply crew actually found that matters. The outer gate to the landing platform was open. The crane that hoisted supplies was in a peculiar position, and on the rocks below, witnesses reported seeing disturbed areas, as though something heavy had been dragged or fallen. The real explanation emerged slowly, one that contemporary investigators considered but authorities dismissed. The keepers didn't vanish due to a wave. They vanished because one of them, likely MacArthur, had a mental episode, a breakdown, possibly violent. Isolation does this. 3 men, weeks at a time, no contact except supply ships every 2 weeks, no radio, no telegraph. The mind fractures, paranoia sets in, tempers ignite. The logbook's gaps, those 11 silent days, suggest deterioration. Something happened in that darkness that the keepers didn't record. MacArthur may have threatened the others or attacked. In response, Duquette and Marshall may have restrained him or attempted to. The struggle escalated. Someone reached the outer door, the gate opened, and in the chaos, one or all 3 went over the rocks, not by accident, by desperation, by a mind in collapse. This theory, mental break, internal conflict, accidental death, was documented in official correspondence at the time. The Northern Lighthouse Board received reports suggesting this, but it was buried, unpublished. The public narrative was cleaner, easier. A rogue wave required no investigation into the psychology of isolation or the fragility of men in confinement. The 3 bodies were never recovered. The Atlantic kept them. But the evidence left behind, the timelines, the weather records, the physical disturbance on the rocks, points not to a sudden wave but to a slow fracture. 3 men trapped, 1 mind breaking, 2 others unable to stop what came next. The Eilean Mor mystery endures not because we don't know what happened, but because we chose not to examine what we did know. The lighthouse kept its secret not through supernatural means, but through the simple human reluctance to confront uncomfortable truths about isolation, mental illness, and the fragility of men in extreme conditions. The Flannan Isles lighthouse still stands. It was automated in 1971. No one lives there now. The rocks remember what the logbook couldn't record, and the sea, as always, keeps its dead. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into historical mysteries, where the real answer hides beneath the accepted story.